So I'm looking at this study the other night showing that the average testosterone levels of a 20-year-old man today is half of what the average testosterone levels were of a 20-year-old man just in 2000. That the average man has testosterone levels of like a 60-year-old not too long ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the negative outcomes of that, of having low T, low energy, low happiness, low drive, low fertility, low virility. It's tough. So, in this video, welcome in fam, much love, Trav here. I'm hanging out with the sheep on a beautiful Sunday morning. Gonna go to farmer's market, gonna go on a long bike ride. In this video, if you feel like maybe this applies to you, maybe you're a low energy man, or maybe you're afraid of being a low energy man. In this video, we're gonna dive into a number of things, like why, and what can we do. So a number of things you can do to naturally boost your hormones, things that we've lost through the years, in the recent years. Some theories on why things are the way they are, why men are doing not so well, and some advice of things you can do. And what I'm not doing is I'm not selling or recommending a product in this video. I'm just sharing with you things that have the most evidence of boosting testosterone just through lifestyle. And the goal is not to be like super high T, a jack dude necessarily, but you don't want to be super low. Like you want to have a healthy level of testosterone in your body, so that you can, again, it's low T goes with depression, high T goes with high drive. There's a lot of bad outcomes with low T, so let's try to avoid that. Okay, so there's a number of things that caused it. Also, what happened in 2000? Well, it's not just 2000 to 2020. It's been happening since like the 80s or the 70s. Something crazy like decrease in testosterone 1% a year compounded. So that's how it's cut in half, 50%. And there's certain estimates that, will this really happen? The West is gonna, males in the West are gonna be infertile by 2040 in another 20 years. On average, average male is gonna be infertile. Crazy. Well, I guess it's good we don't need to worry about overpopulation quite as much as people are saying. You see the birth rates go way down. A lot of that has to do with low T. Okay, so I think a good place to start is what's happened since 2000 is phones and internet, and some of the things that phones and internets have done and the ways it changed our lifestyle. One is reduced the quality of sleep that people have. Good quality sleep for long duration is probably the simplest thing you can do to boost your testosterone levels. Just getting a solid, consistent 8, 9, 10 hours a night. But if you get shitty sleep because you're up too late on your phone, you're up too late on internet, you're up too late just jerking around, then that's probably a major contributor. And I'm starting here because that's the biggest thing that's happened since 2000 is consumer internet. It's a major distraction. So what you can do is just have a rule, a limit, a curfew, a boundary for yourself. I don't go on the internet after 9 p.m. I don't go on the internet after 8:30 p.m. And there's a lot more we can go into sleep, and everything that I'm going to share in this video is going to help your sleep, because everything is sort of interconnected. It's a lifestyle issue. And yeah, does it have to do with shitty air quality? Does it have to do with shitty environment? Yeah, it does, but you have control over a lot of these things. So first thing you can do to boost your T is to set rules and boundaries and limits for yourself on the evenings with internet, so that you get good sleep, so that you get good natural replenished levels of testosterone in your body through sleep. This is one of the main functions of sleep, is maintenance and growth. Okay, so that's a good place to start. Another place is that the internet and a consumer internet, everybody having the internet, I don't know, but I suspect, well, we know that porn consumption is way up compared to our parents' generation. Maybe you had a magazine. It's not really this, and before then you didn't really have. It's not really the same thing. It's different these days. And one of the things that porn consumption does, well, basically just chronic ejaculation lowers testosterone. Sex is good, good to have sex. Having sex with women can boost your testosterone, but in general, if you go, this is why people are big into semen retention. Going just 7 days, 7 days is adequate. So I'm not saying no nut ever, but the data says that you go 7 days, it boosts your testosterone. So if you're nut every single day, twice a day, 3 times a day, it just keeps your testosterone really low. So it's good to let it build up sometimes. So that's another thing you can do. If you're chronic masturbating, quit porn, don't watch porn. You can ejaculate, but go at least a week at a time if can, go a couple weeks if can, and that's something that you're going to notice. And part of being building drive, building sexual drive, building energetic drive is waiting, is patience. Like you don't this chase of pleasure, dopamine through the phone, through the internet, through ejaculation. It's a major distraction and will lower your T levels. Okay, another thing, super underrated, is vitamin D. Just getting out through the skin, just getting outside. So that's another change that's happened is people are spending less time outside. People are spending more time. So people are spending less time outside. People are spending more time inside. So part of it is exercise, and exercise and sunshine go together. Where through the most historically normal thing is humans, we live outside, we get up outside, we gather, we work, we hunt, we whatever we do, it's outside. But shifting, even especially with COVID, shifting to Zoom everything, online everything, remote everything, causes us to, one, not exercise. Like lifting heavy weights is another thing to boost testosterone. Sprinting, any kind of exercise though, just moving, just getting outside, any kind is good. Some is more optimal, but any kind is good. But a lot of that has to do with just the sunshine as well. Just getting sunshine, early in the day is going to reset your circadian rhythm, which is going to help you sleep better at night. So, which is going to help your hormones as well. So, these things are all related. But just getting vitamin D, when you have vitamin D insufficiency, it's going to cause a lot of problems for you. One of those problems being low testosterone. So, just getting outside first thing in the morning, going for a run, doing a little workout, just walking around, walking the dog, basic stuff here. It's not, you know, again, supplements is the last thing that we'll talk about. So get outside, lift weights, do sports, compete. Competition is another thing, sort of a side note because it's um, not for it's not for everyone necessarily, but competing, like just the act of engaging in competition, whether that's sports or whatever it is. I mean, I guess sort of games are a distraction, but competition is something that can boost testosterone as well. Okay, let's see, where else? We go to diet next. Should we go to diet? Let's go to stress then to diet. Yeah, stress. So just chronic stress lowers T. Obviously, having too much cortisol and various other the wrong kinds of hormones are just it's like, okay, think about it. The body can only spend energy on activity, maintenance, growth, sex and reproduction, and there's one more. Um, the point is though that it's you don't have unlimited energy and it gets diverted. So if you're very stressed and that energy can just get devoted to activity, for instance, or maintenance, and not towards growth and sexual energy. So it's important to be, I mean, how do you reduce stress? You talk about breathing exercise and stuff like that. Well, stop being poor is one thing. Having money doesn't buy everything, but poverty buys nothing. So when you're broke, it causes more stress. It causes you to have to more just burn your energy, turning your wheels to go to work and back and pay the rent and stress over this. And it's not really very healthy. So, I mean, just having more money, and not just money, but like being in a better social environment, having good relationships or a reliable partner or reliable relationships in your life, these sorts of things is going to reduce the amount of stress, which is just going to balance your hormones in a nice way. So, how to actually do that is, well, it's sort of a separate discussion. Diet we can go to. There's so much different information on diet that I'm not going to say that there's a best way. Some basic principles. One thing is there's pretty strong evidence that intermittent fasting is something that's going to boost your testosterone. So just, you can do that every day, paying attention to your eating window, reducing your snacking. And the reason why is, going back to your body has to spend energy on these things. If your body has to focus on spending energy on digesting food, it prevents it from spending energy on these other tasks. So you don't want to be in a, what is it called, a postprandial state, which is if it's been within 4 hours of eating all the time. You want to get out of that state and be in a state where your body has nothing to digest. It doesn't need to work on this. It can work on these other tasks, like boosting your testosterone. So that's why you just limit late snacks after dinner and try to delay breakfast in the morning. And you can have one day of the week where you go 16 hours or 24 hours or something like that, and you get some good benefits from that. As of what to eat, should it be meat? Should it not be meat? Should it be a lot of meat? Should it be not a lot of meat? I'm not necessarily going to focus on that. What I'm going to focus on is just eating high quality foods, lightly processed foods. So whether that's meat, or whether that's whole vegetables, or whether that's whole fruits. What it's not is, it's not, it's not cookies. It's not a lot of processed. Uh, your diet's based on pasta and bread and even processed meat, highly processed meat, or it's not based on highly processed candy. It's real shit. Like, just eating real food is going to go a long way. You'll know from your body what it craves as long as you're craving real food. So just eat clean is basically what I'm saying. Pay attention to your eating window. If y'all want to argue down below that you should go keto or paleo or carnivore or something like that, you can. There's certain pros and cons. Probably eating no meat is going to be a mistake, but um, yeah, you can be a strong, healthy male eating a lot of plants too. Personally, I eat meat, but I also eat a lot of plants. What I don't eat is processed food. What I also don't do, so here's a big one. If you made it to the end, the last one is one of the biggest ones, and that is we go back to the beginning of the dopamine and the bad sleep. Smoking weed, drinking alcohol. Drinking alcohol is one of the biggest things that lowers your testosterone and will make you unhappy over time. So it's important to, and why is that? Well, one of the reasons is that it disrupts your sleep. And weed as well. Weed disrupts your deep sleep. So both of these things are going to be bad for your testosterone. And quitting them is going to help you. It's going to help you get better sleep. It's going to help you have better mood, more energy, more virility, more fertility, and just feel better, be more energetic. So those are all the things you can do. Of how to actually do them, well, I have a free course for you down below on, it's all about building habits. It's geared towards quitting bad habits, like quitting drinking or smoking if you want to do that, but it's all about building habits, building a new social life as well. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to go click the link and fill out the form. But regardless, comment down below which of these things, there's one thing that you're really not doing. If you're not doing all of them, you comment that. But which of these things are you really not doing that you need to do a better job on? Me personally, probably not too much, but It's usually with a partner, so that's a separate discussion. But what is yours? Comment one thing down below that you got to clean up. You got to set a boundary around. So appreciate you. Much love. Talk to you soon, and I look forward to seeing you in the course. Have fun, and talk to you soon. Peace.